Today I want to show you a way to solve a problem with a rifle scope that you can't get tracking and impacting right on your rifle. For instance, my brother went on a hunt one time and he flew. When he got to his destination, his scope had been knocked severely off during transit. And when he tried to sight it in again, he could not get it sighted in because there was not enough adjustment in the scope to get it back on target. And so what he did is used shims made out of a soda pop can to adjust his rings and change it to shim them, wedge them enough that he could get back on target. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. It's also a technique that you can use to build minutes of angle into your mounts to allow for longer distance shooting. Okay, so here's how to do this. The first thing you do, remove the bolt for safety's sake. Set it aside. Then remove the tops from your rings and take the scope off. Set it aside. Now in this case I'm trying to tip the back of the scope up to give myself more minutes of elevation so that I can shoot further distance by dialing with my scope. Each shim of this soda pop can is going to be about 4 thousandths thick, and essentially what that means is each shim at 100 yards will give you 3 to 4 inches of adjustment in your scope. I'm going to try for about 18 or 20 minutes or inches at 100 yards of adjustment, and so I'm going to try to put 5 shims under this. It's a lot, but I think I can get it done. You're going to want to cut shims out of your soda pop can. Cut them in gradually decreasing widths. So you want your shims short and tapering in length, okay? The next thing you'll do is get those shims put into place, line them up carefully, and set your scope back into place. Put your top rings on and very gradually and carefully tighten your scope down. You'll need to make sure that you get it level. Use a leveling tool as you tighten these down to make sure that your reticle is perfectly level. Once you've got your scope lowered carefully into place with those shims kept carefully where they go, the top rings on and tighten down carefully with either 22-inch pounds, or if you haven't got that kind of a wrench, just use a regular little wrench and get them nice and tight. Keep them well leveled. Make sure your scope stays perfectly oriented. Once you get that done, you'll be back in the game. Now this technique is not something that you want to use every day. It's better to get the proper rings if you want extra MOA built in, and it's better to lap your rings in carefully and mount your scope just right. But in a situation where you're in some kind of trouble, this technique can get you out of trouble, save the day, and keep you in the hunt.